Bulldozers keep tearing down houses in Legetafu Legadadi, a town sitting 16 miles northeast of the capital Addis Ababa, as weeping children and their parents look on. The houses, once their homes, were being turned into rubble. Authorities say the houses were built illegally on a land that was slated for green area and other social services, but residents of the town, now no more, insist they bought the land legally and built their homes. Most have lived here for over a decade. A woman holds her baby, 7 days old, as she speaks to ESAT reporters. She says all legal processes were followed when she built her home. A blind man says he had nowhere to go. I have worked for 7 years as a housemaid in a Gulf country to build my house. Now it's all gone. I just wanted to hang and kill myself, says another woman surrounded by angry neighbors. It has now been 4 days since a demolition team began plowing through neighborhoods. The plan is to tear down 3,000 houses marked illegal by the town's administration. Authorities estimate there are as high as 12,000 houses they believe were built illegally. The town's mayor and officials of the Oromo regional government were not immediately available for interviews, but an assistant to the mayor told ESAT that he had just left his office with a demolition team to the area, apparently to oversee the work. Residents say they were given 7 days to pack and leave in a notice from authorities that says the land was needed for green area. If they fail to do so, the notice sent by ESAT reporters said the residents would cover the cost of the demolition. A man who had inherited a big chunk of land from his grandparents had sold some of it to people who would become his neighbors. He said all the necessary legal processes were met and had the documents to prove it. But now, not only his neighbors, but his house is gone too. How are the authorities going to explain after they demolished a house that had built on a legally inherited land? The fuming man asks. They all said they had paid for the installation of electricity, water, and other services with the full knowledge of and permission by the authorities. It was not for the first time when land in towns surrounding the capital Addis Ababa became a bone of contention between residents and authorities. A similar conundrum exists in most towns surrounding Addis Ababa. These towns are administratively under the Oromo regional government. 3 years ago, a plan to expand the capital Addis Ababa to the surrounding Oromo towns sparked what was called the Oromo protests, leaving hundreds killed and tens of thousands jailed as security forces cracked down on unrelenting Oromo-wide protest by the youth known as the Kero. Other regions followed suit as the protest morphed into demands for change of the government. That protest takes the credit for bolstering a reformist group of people within the ruling EPRDF to take the political upper hand in Addis Ababa. In good old day, ESAT News, Addis Ababa.